mods I have done to this bike is, as you can tell, the exhaust is definitely not stock. I actually got an HMF Performance Series exhaust on. It works pretty good actually with the programmer. It took me a while to figure out the actual program that HMF had. It didn't quite work. Even from stock, with the stock exhaust, this bike tends to stall. I guess it's a well-known thing with Rincon. Something to do with the torque converter. So I actually messed around and figured that all out. It very often doesn't anymore. Oh, this is interesting. And I also have STI Outback tires on. They work really good. As you can tell, that's pretty mucky crap. They get traction all the time here. Like on this Canadian Shield, they work the best. Like, you're looking where you got a little bit of rock, a little bit of mud. They don't hesitate. Always getting traction. And like, obviously I'm just crawling. So I know these trails, so I know how deep they are. If I was by myself and on a trail I didn't really know, I'd be giving it a little bit more. Yeah, this bike works pretty good. The other thing is my homemade snorkel. I call it insurance. I've actually sank the bike before pretty badly, blew the motor out of it. It cost me about $900. The bike was never right since. So I tend to, I like to have the insurance. Even if it looks silly, it's worth it in the end, because you don't want that $900 motor job. Especially if you sink it in dirty, sandy water, it'll just turn that piston into a friggin' Swiss cheese. So I'm always cautious about that stuff now. The other thing is I have a Canon Filter. They work really good for Hondas. Some bikes not so much. Uni's usually a better choice, but Canon is definitely worth it for this bike. It gives the most gains, and honestly you got to get out of these smaller single cylinders, because they're torquey. They're super torquey little machines from 0 to 30. After that is when you notice the difference, especially if you go from a Can-Am 650 to this thing. Can-Am's just power all the way through. This power about 30-40 feet, but down low crawling, I don't think anything beats a Honda. They're pretty cool. Plus the direct drive car transmission. This thing is a little different than even other Hondas. It has a 3-speed. Sounds good. When you shift it, I'll get it going up here. It levels out a little bit. I can good thing about this is I only need one snorkel. I also snorkel the tips, the front rear diff, and it's pretty much waterproof. Save a lot of money on PVC pipes. Because it's watertight.